Hello, precious people. I'm Jacqueline Parks, and today we're going to be learning how to make watercolor ground from scratch. So your own, you don't have to buy it already made. You can make your own. If you need lots of it, it's cheaper to do it this way. I'm also going to show you how I make these really cute ornaments for Christmas, how I paint the pet portraits on them. So let's just go ahead and get started here. Whoops, I transitioned and it wasn't what I wanted. Hold on. All right, so this is what I've got, and I actually haven't turned on my lights, so let me turn on all my lights. It actually is a nice sunny day today, so I haven't had to turn on lights. But when you're doing stuff on camera, it's always nicer to have lights. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see here. So these ones I've already kind of gessoed. This one I've been sanding. And so this one is pretty smooth, but as you can see, the wood is starting to show back up through. Either that or it's just the dust in there. I don't think it's just the dust though. I think it's got, I was trying to make it pretty thick on here. So these ones are pretty rough, and I like to work with it smooth. But I'm also going to show you how to make the modeling paste yourself, which is super easy. Hold on, I didn't get all my stuff over here. Where's my modeling paste? I did just have some. Well, maybe we aren't going to make it from scratch today. I don't even know where it went. Do you have a messy craft room and you can't find things? This is part of it that I need. So acrylic gesso, and I have modeling paste somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but the important thing is to remember it's 1 part modeling paste to 3 parts gesso. And this is based off of Liz Chaderton. You can follow her on YouTube. I may update this description box so y'all can see her channel on YouTube. That's how I learned how to do it, and it's been working great for me. If I can find my modeling paste. That's the one thing. Where did I put it? So hold on 1 second. I think it's still in here. Aha! Found it. So y'all, this is great stuff to use when you're doing some kind of mixed media, things like that. So you can make it into some kind of really cool texture on your artwork. So I bought this for $16.99, this for $12.99, and I can make tons of watercolor ground with this. So it just depends. If you need to just do one ornament, I would buy the watercolor ground because that's like 16 bucks, and it's a tiny little jar. I don't even know how many ounces, but it has, you can get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anywhere you buy your art supplies. For me, I do a trip up to Michael's or Hobby Lobby because I like to see stuff in person. I've bought some paint off of Amazon, and I'm not even sure it's brand paint. I think it's knockoff brand paint in a, who knows where they made it, but it didn't seem to be working as good as I'd like. So we're going to have to just figure that out, I guess, at some point, whether or not it's worth it to try buying stuff off of Amazon. I've gotten stuff where the paint is actually in a box different than what the paint was. So I don't even know. But, so here we're going to go. So this is how many parts per one part of this. Oh, excuse me. One part of this and 4 parts of this. So I have this cute little container that I had it in, some Tupperware. And I don't have any measuring tools here. So do I want to just make up a measuring tool? Probably. Either that or I can go get something from the kitchen. But I have such a mess here. Hold on. Let me see what this is. So, it's kind of dirty. I don't really like it. It's dirty. It's dirty. I don't like it. I could just use the lid to this. It might be enough. Fill it up. And I have a palette knife. Let me see if I find it. Where all my knives and stuff go? Everything's like spread out. I just had a craft show. Things like that kind of make it hard. Make it hard to find things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always like rearranging stuff. So, but let's just go ahead and open this if I can. Cool. So that's what this kind of looks like. Wish I had something like a spoon, but I don't have one. So we're just going to use something else. Maybe. I don't know. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, good morning, Laura Mitten. Keep the chat going. Talk to people. I'll be right back. Or wait, did I find it right here? I'm trying to find a palette knife. It's so hard to find stuff in here. That is not a palette knife. But I have one, like, I really did. I had one, like, right in here. And then where did I put everything? I don't know. It was, like, right here. Oh, I found it. Okay. You know, when we got a tree this weekend, I just kind of moved everything out of my front room where the piano is and just started putting a tree in there and all the Christmas decorations in there. So that took over, and all my bins from the show I just threw in my office. And so now I don't know where anything is. All right, but I am showing y'all how to do this. So we're gonna mix up what I'm gonna just measure in here as 1 part, maybe. I don't know if this is gonna work very good. It's probably a dumb idea, but maybe. So this is supposed to be the 1 part. But I want to make kind of a lot. I think I'm going to start making these year round. So and I can make some with like a nativity scene with the 3 wise men, with Bethlehem, things like that. So I'm going to need a lot of this stuff. And that's why I was saying, if you want to mix your own, it's cheaper than buying their already mixed kind. So, I don't know. This is very, very full. And it may be a lot. I don't know. But it's supposed to be 1 part modeling paste to 3 parts gesso. And gesso is, you get more for almost the same amount of money. So gesso is the cheaper of the 2 pieces here that we need. Should buy some paper towels. I think I have some somewhere. Anyways, so in this little container, so it's a Tupperware, I can keep it so that I can put a lid on it and it seals and keeps it fresh. But I was pretty much out, so I needed to make some more. So basically, my the measurements, like I said, you can use something from your kitchen. I don't know if it's safe to eat out of it after you've used it to do this, but I would just make it your designated art supply measuring cup if you end up using this stuff in it. And so now I'm gonna put some gesso. Adela, hey! So lovely to see you. Look at all your fun emojis. I love the Santa, and I love the Christmas tree and all the smoochies. Mwah! So good to see you. Is it totally snowing there? I thought it was like a blizzard that came through Moscow and stuff. I don't know. Ugh. Oh, tell me this is not sealed. Oh, good. It's not. All right. So this stuff is definitely more liquidy, so I can pour it. See, look at that. So we got one. Y'all, I almost just dropped that. Hold on. So that's one. This is a pain. And so scientific and exact. Not, but it's good. It's good. Okay, one. Maybe keep track for me, because I'm distracted easily. Two. This is almost as fun as watching paint dry, isn't it? So that was two. Three. Oh, Adela, I saw your painting on Facebook and it's absolutely gorgeous. You definitely need to be posting more because very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Oh, and Laura, have you been doing anything else since the craft show? Probably resting. But I did see you're going to make some earrings for us. All right, so that's 4, I think, right? Was that number 4? We'll just say it was. Wow, look how much I've made and like not even touched on. Kind of made a dent in it now, I guess, but look how much I've made, and I could do a whole canvas with this stuff. Like I said, Liz Chaderton, I think that's how you say your name. She's the one who created this recipe. So please go over to her her YouTube and watch her channel if you want. Give her support. She's a watercolor artist, and I think she does some other fun stuff, not just watercolor. But she paints on canvases, so you can actually get a lot out of the use of your canvases. If you have a bunch, which I do, because I used to do acrylic paintings all the time. So now I'm just cleaning up this lid, putting all that back in there. But this one was really good that you can actually pour it to measure it. It's really awesome. I'm going to clean up my hands just so I don't touch things and get it all nasty. So there's that. Clean this. Put the lids back on. Maybe I'll clean this lid a little bit just so it doesn't seal shut. Alright, put that right there. Move it off to the side. And this goes on the modeling paste. So I still have so much left in here. I can make tons more of this stuff. But look at this. I've been doing mixed media even with the other stuff I had. So it was definitely worth it to get this. But now here's this interesting part. I'm going to have to mix everything together, which I don't know how long that's going to take. But the modeling paste is super thick, where the gesso is kind of runny. And but normally people gesso their canvases for acrylic painting, or even for, I think, oil paintings. I think you use gesso to do that. When I was going to college, that's how they taught me to prep a canvas, was to gesso it, sand it, gesso it, sand it, gesso it. So they wanted like several layers of the gesso and sanding to smooth it out and get a nice smooth surface for your paintings. That was how they had taught me in college back in the 1900s or whenever it was. 1990s. Yeah, 1990s. So, and I went to college in California, and it was not really a liberal art school or anything. It wasn't an art school, but they did have a studio art program, and it was great. You know, I learned a lot. There was this one girl in one of my classes for the oil painting class, and she was painting on eggs, y'all. Like, blew out the eggs and used the shell to paint on. And her artwork was so amazing. Like, today, if she was doing that on Instagram, she'd probably have 1 million followers, just because of how awesome she did. And so who knows, maybe I'll get 1 million followers from posting my ornaments that I paint. I don't know if I'm going to get around to painting one today or not. This one I've sanded super smooth. So I'm going to try maybe painting on this one. But some of these are still rough, and I may sand and repaint with the fresh watercolor ground. Now this is called watercolor ground. I don't know why it's called that. I probably should have found out. But I like actually painting these. These are really fun to do. But I feel like I'm making a huge mess. Hold on. This is too messy. I need to take it to the kitchen and wash it, but I will do that after the live, not right now. Have you guys been watching my short videos about the countdown to Christmas? That has been super fun to paint those. The last one I did yesterday was the presents, and they were not that pretty, but I was trying to do it really, really quick. Couldn't find my heat tool to dry it quick so I could do the next layer. So I was doing it on top of the wet layers, and it was kind of making a mess everywhere, but it ended up looking like presents. So, and I guess if we're just doing quick watercolor paintings, I'm just showing you how easy it can be to create something. It doesn't have to be a work of art. If you want to make tags every day, you can for Christmas. You can make your Christmas cards. You can do little thank you notes as you give presents to people. Like if you bake some cookies and you want to give them to your neighbors, you can make a little watercolor tag that says to and from. Or thank you for being such a great neighbor. Maybe I'll do that. I have such great neighbors, so I'm very blessed to have them. So busy though. We don't hardly get to do anything. Do y'all have good neighbors? Laura, I think you do. look how much I made. I don't know. Do you think I stirred that up enough? I feel like maybe I should stir it a little more because I don't really know. Hopefully I didn't put way more gesso than I should have to the modeling paste, but we'll see. But look how thick. Doesn't that look, I don't know. Doesn't look yummy. Does it look yummy? Like it could be marshmallow fluff or something. I just want to make sure it's completely mixed together. The two parts. Well, the two elements. I've seen other DIY recipes, and I don't know what bicarbonate is, but some of them call for bicarbonate. Maybe that's in this stuff. I have no idea. I don't even know what's in here. Made with acrylic paint to thicken and brighten color. Oh, it says mix it with acrylic. It says prevents cracking. I don't know. Do you know apply to oil-based surface? Store at room temperature. I don't know. It doesn't tell me what's in it. And gesso doesn't tell me what's in it, I don't think. I don't know. But no, we could look it up. But this is my little concoction. And, you know, like that modeling paste was deep down at the bottom. So I want to definitely get it all stirred up to the top. But I have an ornament party I'm going to tonight. So I have to make an ornament for that. I mean, most people buy an ornament. But last year I made an ornament. I did the nativity scene. And that was really, everybody liked it. I don't know, did they fight over it? I can't remember if people fought over it or not. It's just kind of fun. It's all in good fun. So if you've ever played Dirty Santa before, or if you haven't, I say, usually the rule is the third time it's touched is it's frozen, so you can't steal it again. That's how I normally play it, but however they tell us when we go tonight is how it's going to be. Oh, and then I got to bring something to eat. So if you know me, you know what my go-to food to bring to parties is. In fact, Laura, I'm bringing it to your party. And it is, anyone want to guess? Buffalo chicken dip. That is right. So yeah, I like buffalo chicken dip. I like it with Fritos corn chips, the big ones, not the little tiny ones. You got to get party size bag. So definitely going to be making that for tonight and bringing it to the party. I don't know. Do y'all have parents that had a lot of parties? My mom, I think, enjoyed having parties and going to parties. I think. I just remember we always had parties, or she had little teas with people coming over. Neighbors would come over and hang out. So I always enjoyed that, visiting with people and just observing the party and everything going on. So, but not everybody likes parties. I think my daughter likes to just watch when we have parties and observe everyone. Jessica seems to be pretty into parties too. She's not with us this morning. She's already had her appointment at the doctor's, but came home. Nothing's wrong. She just has a checkup every once in a while, and then she decided she's going back to bed instead of painting with Mama. But that was such a treat to have her last week. I really like watching videos of mothers and daughters creating together, and I thought it would be fun to have her do that with me. I think we pair well together, and we should. We are both Aries, although Aries is kind of strong-headed, stubborn people. I can vouch that I am. I try not to be, though, too much. Alright, I am like probably way over stirring. I don't know. I just want to make sure all that modeling paste is incorporated into the gesso. Could have probably put the gesso first and then the modeling paste. I don't know. Could have put it in a bigger bowl and used some kind of electric stirrer. Who knows? But this is how I did it last time. And I don't know if I made this much last time. I might have. I think I used a 1/4 cup measuring tool or something. Anyways. So, now that I've made a mess of my hands are totally a mess. But that's okay. So, I'm going to put this right here. My little turtle. Okay. So this one, I already had stuff on there. And I'm going to give it a quick sand, because I want it to smooth it out in between. Just get the rough edges off from the paint brush, those little paint brush strokes. It is kind of, I think, good to use like a flat brush. So now we're just going to use this, and we're going to paint right on here. And just basically coat all the surface that you want with the paint to paint. And what I do is I'll let this dry and then give it another coat. Getting that stuff in there. But I've done this with little mini canvases. I've done this with wood blocks. I've done it, I think you can paint it on glass. I think you can paint it on, that would be cool. What about painting it on glass? Do y'all want to do that? I actually have an ornament it's not glass, but maybe that would look really pretty. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll be right back. So I just got this great idea. So this is something that is plastic. You can buy, it says it's $2 for this. I don't know. I don't know if it's $2. But let's see what happens if I paint this, right? Because this can turn any surface into watercolor, a watercolor surface. So how cool would this be to paint on? I think that'd be really cool. And if it works, I might go buy some more of these things or buy them wholesale or something. You know, Michaels does the wholesale thing, I think, for artists and stuff. That would be cool. So, just kind of doing this. What do you think? I could probably do some snowmen. My daughter said to paint snow today. And I said, that would be cool. Just put a blank canvas in front of the camera and say, look, I painted snow. But I kid you not, there are artists out there who paint white canvases and then just like put it in a gallery and sell it for $10,000. I don't know how they get away with that. But to me, that seems not legit. But if you want a white canvas in your living room for artwork, I would say go to Michael's and just buy a blank canvas and hang it. There's no need to pay $10,000 for an artist to paint white on a canvas for you. All right, now I'm getting to a point where it does say you need to let your layers dry and then you can paint more. So this is really an experiment right here for me, painting this thing. And I don't know where I'm going to put it. I can put it on this thing, maybe. So see that? I got it on this little thing, and I'm just going to put it in a jar over here and let it dry. So what else do we have? Did I just do this one? I think I did. So now this one, might do a little bit of the sanding. But yeah, I think I need to be prepared for making more ornaments for next year's craft shows. I think ornaments are a great thing to sell at craft shows because everybody likes to give ornaments or have ornaments. So let's give that a little quick sanding, and now I'm going to add some more to this. But I can show you too how I painted on some of these. What do you want me to paint on one of these? You want me to paint a poinsettia? Poinsettia? You want me to paint a snowman? You want me to paint a nativity scene? I'm gonna paint whatever. Whatever you guys want me to paint. So, doing that one. And doing a little more sanding. Sorry if that noise is annoying. But I do have like 4, 5, 6. I have 6 more ornament commissions I need to get done. So I needed to make some more of these. And these are the last of my ornaments for this year. I can't take any more. I'm just booked up, and I've been kind of stressing over doing all the commissions I've got. So I want to make sure I have them all done by Christmas. And one lady was very kind. She says she really only needs the one before Christmas, but I don't know. I want to help her to have a really great Christmas and have all of them ready. So I'm going to try and do that. And this is great. I love how this is going on. I think that what I used on the base of these might have been a little too dried out. I even added some water, which I don't know if that was a good idea. But, and you can heat dry these. But someone was saying in the comments on on Liz's channel, I think that letting it air dry is better results maybe. I don't know for sure. But these ones I did. These are my puppies. And so these ones are ones that I've already done. That were smaller. You can see they're smaller. They're kind of like my little Reese Piecey and my my other one. But all these kind of have dust on them. Here's another little one. So what I can do, it's kind of cool, like my little countdown paintings. I could do that on here. I can do little individual paintings on these ones. They're smaller though. And I like these bigger ones I bought. I think these ones turned out really nice. So these three I'm going to let dry. And I have a lid somewhere. Here's my lid. So I'm going to cover this up just so it doesn't dry out for now. And I'm going to let this one, these three dry over here and see what happens. But this one was the one I just finished doing and did not use the new gesso. So I kind of want to show you what happens. Maybe I'll do a scene where it's just like the Starry Night scene. But it's kind of beating up on the surface and not going in. So that's why I was like, I might need to remix the stuff because it does not seem to be going into the watercolor ground. It's just kind of on the surface. And that is not good. And I don't know if just letting it dry, if it'll look better or work better. But yeah, so that was that one. Let me see, I'm going to do the same thing on this one and see how it works. Now see, this is so much better. And that's because I made this one a long time ago and the gesso was really fresh. Like last year I did it, I guess. So see how it's looking a lot more like a watercolor. So this is going to be a little starry sky, maybe. There. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So these ones are older ones and they're working really good. These ones will be better, I think. I'm just going to redo all of these with the fresh watercolor ground I just made. I think it'll be better. But I know that waiting for things to dry is very, is for people with a lot of patience, and I don't have that really, to be honest. So let me see if I can do this. Plug in this heat tool. So I usually just do this real quick. You see this one, we're going to see if it's even going to dry on there. Maybe it won't. So we'll go ahead and give these a little burst of heat. So there, that's good. And then what I can do is use a little bit of my Payne's Gray, make that darker, make that look more like a sky at night instead of during the day. Yeah, I like that color. It looks pretty. And see how it still reacts kind of like watercolor paper, and you can do so much now with that. And you can lift out if you don't like it. If you want to add some clouds, you can lift. Like that. That looks really pretty. Now this one, I'm not sure. I just don't like how it's beating up on that. It's not doing it's not reacting like watercolor paper. So I think this was just old gesso, old modeling paste that I created, and then it was the bare bottom of it, and I was just trying to get as much use out of that, but I don't think it's gonna work as good. So you can do like some techniques though still, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I can get this salvaged. We'll see. A lot of people paint with acrylic on the wood because then you just paint the white gesso on here. You wouldn't even need to mix with modeling paste. But the modeling paste makes this so that you can watercolor on it. And I love the look of watercolor. I've just fallen in love with it. It's something that I enjoy. Laura, you said you're impatient too. Of course, we all are, aren't we? We have a hard time waiting for these things to be dry. What's going on with your earrings? Do they take a long time to make? You do the polymer clay, I think. So that's kind of fun, I think, anyways. But here's a photo of some finished commissions I did, and so I had someone want to do a black cat and a black poodle, and then their other poodle that has kind of the white and tan, and they're just precious. I love them. The little puppies turned out so cool. But let me see, overhead again. So yeah, my dog. This is my doggy. My doggy. And then my little bit. Like those. Those are great. I haven't hung them on the tree because I'm always showing people them. But these wooden blocks I think I got from Hobby Lobby. And they might have had like 6 in a package. But when I went back to get more, they were sold out. So then my husband created these ones from a tree, I believe, in our backyard. So he cut them. So they need a little more sanding, I think, to make them flat. But they're more rustic. And they're special because they're from our tree. So these might have been part of these ones, maybe. And these are the ones that my husband made. Yeah, here's another one. It's kind of bigger. But when I found these on Amazon, I was like, ooh, so much bigger. Like this one. So really, really cool. So what do I want to paint now on this? Do I want to do some pine trees? Maybe some pine trees. And you know me, I just kind of mix it all up right in the little wells sometimes. I don't worry about it looking perfect. A little bit of Payne's Gray in there. So my little tree, maybe I'll do a little tree here. And a tree here. And you just kind of zigzag down. Yep. And of course with watercolor, you always got to layer. Got a layer. You just kind of do a little zigzag. So that's looking kind of pretty. Check that out. And you might be like, well, how are we going to do snow on that? Or stars in the sky or something. And what I think I'll do is use some of this Indian ink at the end. Indian ink. And what I do is I put some of that in the bottom of this little ceramic dish and dip my brush in there. So that works really good. I also have these really cool shimmery metallic paints that Jeremy's sister gave me a couple Christmases ago. And so I'm finally getting the guts to use them more in my paintings. In fact, I could go back into one of these paintings and do some metallic over the top, and that would probably salvage that painting. But right now, I'm going to put maybe just a little bit of a shadow. Need more blue for a shadow. Just underneath the tree and down a little bit. So I had a class yesterday and it was so much fun. We had some brand new ladies. They were really such a blessing to get to know and see how they did on their first painting. But a lot of them already have painted, some with oil, and that's really cool too. Oil paintings can be challenging to some people, but I prefer water-based paints. But I did hear there's a new type of oil paints that are water soluble. So I saw that on this Milan Art Institute that I follow on Instagram and YouTube, and they have a lot of different videos that you can watch. So they're really cool. So I'm letting that kind of dry still, which, I could make it dry or wait for it to dry. But I'm going to mix some of that tree color and I'm just going to paint it on this one and we'll see, we'll see what I can do. Zigzag it. Just do a little bit here. A little more branches, but see how it's not really reacting like watercolor? I don't know what it's reacting like. Not too thrilled, but we're going to keep trying and see what happens. Because maybe when it dries, I can seal it with something, varnish or something, and then it'll be easier. Or maybe it'll be salvaged. I don't know. We'll see. But I do like the little zigzagging. Little zigzag. And then add just a little bit of Payne's Gray here and there. Make some darker. Yep, just like that. So can you see that? Oh, it's looking pretty good. It's just I don't like the glob right there. So I can like lift it out maybe. And then it looks more like a tree. Maybe. We'll see what it does. And then, of course, I gotta have some of that blue for the shadow. And see, that's just not reacting like I thought it would. It's kind of beating up on it. There. I don't know, I might need to lift that up a little. I need a paper towel right there, but oh well. Oh well. There. Just making the whole thing more and more blue, which is not exactly what I wanted, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not exactly making me happy, but and when you're painting or creating, you need to be happy, right? Want to be happy. Because I do this for fun, and y'all have heard my story probably 1,000 times. But I'll tell you again what got me into watercoloring was my sister Vicky wanted me to paint her a mermaid, and it was like a watercolor painting that she gave me as a reference photo, and you really can't achieve that with acrylic. So I was kind of trying to figure out a way to do it, and just decided I'll try watercolor, and ended up loving to paint with watercolor. So that's how my journey started, and that was in 2020. So I've been doing watercolor now for 3 years. I don't know why my voice always goes, ah. It just does. It just does. All right, maybe I'll do a couple mass production thingies here. Since I'm liking how this older water ground that I made last year is holding up. So you can do this. You can like prep a whole bunch of them and then just paint. If that's something that you guys want to start doing. I think it's really cool. And you can vary it if you want to. I've seen people paint foxes, so on some of these I could paint a fox. Could paint a snowman. Anything really. So, but yeah, I've been hoarding these little ones that my husband made just because I don't know. I didn't know what to paint on them. And this one I want to make a little bit darker. And see how this is definitely reacting like watercolor paper. It's not just sitting there, it's actually getting absorbed into it. But you can still see the colors really good. I do see some little bubbles. I don't know if I need to do something about that, but I don't know. I think maybe next week I'll do some clouds, paint some clouds for you, because I was watching this other artist paint clouds and they were so pretty. And it kind of inspired me and made me want to paint some. So maybe I'll do that. Let's see, you can just keep going over this if you want. It won't mess it up. And put some of that darker Payne's Gray on this one. Like that. I was trying not to get it on that wood, but If it gets on there, it's all right. So now I'm just gonna make this a little bit lighter at the bottom. And so you can even tilt it. And just make what you want. Push it around. That looks good. I like that color. What do you think of that color? I think it looks pretty. So see, that's a little bit of a darker blue. This one's more like daytime blue. This one's like twilight blue. That's what I'm thinking anyways. So who wants to see me paint some of the little stars on here? Before we go, I will do that. And you can always use a white gel pen if you want to make stars. So you can go on there and just add a couple little dots. See how I did that? Can you see that? This is a teeny tiny little dot. But what you can do if you want that fun little splatter, just put a little bit of this Indian ink in a little dish. I like to use this teeny tiny brush. I have no idea how old it is. It's fallen apart. But it's so teeny tiny. So just mix it, dip it in here, and what I would do is, oops, just go like that. So really don't want it all over the place. But that happens sometimes, right? So watch this. Put them on here. And you can see the magic of and see that's still wet, so it's kind of making these little starbursts, which is kind of cool. So tell me which one you prefer. That's kind of cool. I like that one too. That one I didn't even do any trees. So definitely need to do something on this one, not just be all plain, but so I do like how that looks. So now we can take that away. This table is one that my husband made me too, and I really like it. So I'm just gonna let those are gonna be stars, that's gonna be snow. That's what I'm thinking. There's like a difference between stars and snow. I might have to do something about that one. Go away. Getting my dirty finger on there. But just like watercolor paper, you can lift up, so that's good. Yeah, that kind of looks like stars. What do you think? Does that look like stars to y'all? And then I can add the pine trees onto this one after it dries. This one is like snow falling. It's kind of pretty. And this one I haven't done anything with. I don't know what to do on this one. Almost looks like it needs a couple layers maybe. And then this one we're testing to see if it's going to even hold up. I don't know. It's all right. And then these three, we're just going to keep adding layers onto it. But y'all don't probably want to watch me keep painting all those, so I'll probably say goodbye for now. I don't know why my voice goes. It is terrible. I didn't get no honey or tea. I'm just drinking water, but that's okay. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, like and subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend. And don't forget to go check out that other lady's YouTube channel and support her and give her, shout out for us so that she knows she's appreciated. And I just hope you all have a blessed day. Oh, wait. I forgot. I always do scripture, and I have not done scripture today because I just, look at my hands. They're all just frazzled. But I am doing a Bible study, and it's so cool because it's on Christmas carols. So today's, which I haven't done yet, but today's was on Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Which, if you know that song, it's a beautiful song. I won't sing it for you because it will ruin the song for you. But what it's based on is 1 Peter 1, it's or 1 Peter 3, I think. Let me see. And it says, "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. According to his great mercy, he has caused us to be born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead." So I really like that. And another thing my church told us about with the whole angels appearing to the shepherds about Jesus's birth was that it was billions of angels in the sky, billions. So if you can even imagine like one angel in the sky, that's pretty bright, but a billion of them. So they said it was just something that would be unforgettable to witness, which I need to remind myself that of this time of year is that the miracle of Jesus being born, and I don't need to stress out about things. I can have a peace in my heart just because I love Jesus and I know everything's going to work out okay no matter what I'm going through. I know sometimes the holidays can be hard for people, so but I will be praying for you. Y'all know you can text me anytime and let me know if you need any prayer requests or if you need anything from me. I'm here for you. And but I love you guys so very much, and I hope you have a blessed day. Mwah.